Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is OrD, and this is the After Hours Gaming League B-League. Welcome to Cloud Kingdom. As we move to our upper right-hand corner, we're happy to announce that our two opponents today are hailing from two very high-seeded teams in the tournament. In the upper right-hand corner, starting in the red, it is our Zerg player, hailing from Raytheon, BueBz. And his opponent, in the lower left-hand corner, it is our blue Protoss player, the Golf Toss. Ladies and gentlemen, we have for you something pretty exciting here. Number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed going into week number 4. Thanks for tuning in. We're on Cloud Kingdom for a PVZ, but hey, anything can happen because it's still the beta, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, you see before you HOTS. Despite the familiar map, there's probably, I'm gonna guess, some unfamiliar things that are happening inside the game. Also, I can do this. Oh my god, there's a spawning pool that just went down. No particular reason to point that out except that, well, it went down before a hatchery, but it does appear that that's not really in the cards just yet for our Zerg player, and holy cow, was that loud. I really hope that doesn't come through quite as loud for people who are watching the video, or I'm gonna have to recast this game. But what do we have happening down here? A little tiny face-off. Oh, and the Nexus gets canceled again. There we go. And this drone actually looks like it is going to manage to get out of there alive. Or maybe, oh, alright. We're just going to go ahead and lay down the forge. There is the hatchery down, finally, for Raytheon's player BueBz. I actually really don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just kind of winging it. I'm saying BueBz. And you know what? Because Protoss is insanely loud, we're going to go ahead and do a little edit on the fly. Why not? Because really, we just want to get this game out there to everyone. We're going to turn the volume down significantly, all the way down to 2. Also, controls, gameplay, show units selected. There we go. Accept. That was so odd. I didn't know what to do. And now I can't hear any sounds at all. This is unfortunate. The quality of this recording just went to doof. Aha! We're back. Sounds are back. We can hear things again. That was a little disconcerting to hear literally nothing at all there for a little bit. And, oh my gosh, is the probe gonna make it? Is he gonna get out of here? He's being chased down by the Zerglings, and he's gonna make it off of our screen because he goes slightly faster than a 3% movement speed. And we're literally just gonna keep him barely on the screen because why not? There's not really a whole lot else happening right now. There's some photon cannons. They're being established. There's some queens that are coming on out. Let's also try this out. Hey. Oh, hotkeys. Sometimes they do work. It's also really nice how Blizzard has provided the right click to move, A and click ground to auto attack. It's quite helpful. It's nice of them to include instructions like that in the beta in case anyone, gets a little bit confused. And hey, if you've never played before, definitely would be an important piece of information. Looks like right now we have the Cybercore coming down for Golf, who last time I cast them in week number 1 put on a pretty solid performance. He's a Masters level player himself. BueBz I have not seen before, but since Raytheon is currently ranked numero uno, I'm guessing that he's a pretty strong starter for them. And does it? Oh, the hatchery cannot see, and the pylon can see it. Not good for our Zerg player right now, and actually a sentry is on the way out for Golf, so he's going to be well protected on any kind of counter attack that happens right away. Oh, can the hatchery see the... Oh, can't even see the probe moving back and forth. This is very unfortunate. And the gases are now being taken. Looks like there's really no investment in any kind of a standing army. This could be very, very hard for BueBz to hold on to his third base. Interesting use of energy there. Not sure why you would need a creep tumor there, but okay, that's fine. It works out, and the hatchery's about to finish up, and reveal that a photon cannon is resolving. That's just literally the worst timing in the world for this poor little hatchery. That second photon cannon really did take a while to establish. I'm not quite sure why it decided to take that long, but there really is no instantaneous response. Meanwhile, behind this and the sentry production, look what we have. We have a Stargate. Ooh, it's very pretty. And Cloud Kingdom. Actually, as far as Wings of Liberty goes, it's become very, very typical for Protoss players to control the map with a couple of Phoenixes and clean up all the overlords and get a lot of really good positions, kind of come into this area here and pick up queens when it's available. And this hatchery is going to go down with basically no type of resistance at all, just a little bit of mining being accomplished, and now the probe is going to venture forth. Not sure where he's going, but we're going to stick with the action. Oh, the Overlord makes it out just in time. That was disgusting. Oh, fantastic graphics this game has. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are on Heart of the Swarm. Even though the map looks familiar, don't let your eyes fool you. And, oh, actually, I said Phoenix, but, yep, again, we're on Heart of the Swarm, so it's an Oracle, and we're gonna follow that bad girl across the map. Phoenix is following it up, though, as well as the level 1 ground attack for our Protoss player, Golf. There are Spore Crawlers on the way, though, because that Overlord was able to see that this Oracle's coming. And Zealot was trying to survive, but doesn't quite make it. Oracle just a little touch too slow. Queen actually seems to... Are you moving faster off creep than you used to? What? That move speed 0.94? That is faster. Crazy. The Oracle tries to poke in. Can't really accomplish too much because of the number of queens that are out there. And actually does get 6 kills tallied up for itself. Mostly Zerglings. My goodness, I like things that are fresh. The Oracle thing, I know, we're already jaded. We're a whole, like, having the beta available for 3 months. If you're one of those players, if you're not, and this is new to you, then those Oracle units are really cool. They were actually completely something else, and they've kind of been reinvented and still are in the arsenal. But look at that Queen just haul. Look how fast she moves now. And I'm not even sure what exactly this Phoenix is doing or not doing up there. Another Oracle down to the south was getting killed by those Queens right there. This Overlord here kind of positioning itself to sacrifice eventually. More gateways are coming up, as well as a fleet beacon. Quality recording, love coughing in the middle of it. And there's another weapon of a Zealot over here just to continue to be harassful. I do like, though, this use of the creep tumor energy connecting these two bases, but there's never really going to be anything over here. But we're looking like we have a swelling of air forces, as well as a Zealot and a Sentry. This is the oddest composition to go out. Oh, the Oracle wanders in all by itself. Now the Phoenix arrives too late to do anything about it. There was an opportunity there for everything else to go in and kill the 2 queens, so that poor little Oracle didn't have to go down. But there's more Spore Crawlers on the way. We got the forward pylon being laid down. Still nothing going on up here. We also have Enduring Locust that's being upgraded. Increases the lifetime of Locusts by 10 seconds. They come from those 1 ground thingies. And hopefully we will see them since he's getting the upgrade. That's right, I'm not even going to name them. And the Phoenix lifts up a Queen, but the Transfuse Micro, the Zealot's getting in here, and the Void Ray actually also might die here. Nice Transfuse Micro overall, but now there's a follow-up of more. There we go, the Zealot's deciding to come into it, and Force Field's being used. Oh, there he comes, the Swarm Host arriving just too late to save his queens, but there is no observer here, anything like that. Not that he necessarily needs it. When he's got this kind of ground force, there's really no response right now. And we just, oh my goodness, so many of them wandering in right now. And also during this, the 3rd base is being established, and it's just the Zealots just have nowhere to go, nothing to do. Oh my goodness. And they have to run away. They cannot take on these many little locais. And now it becomes a positional battle. There's Void Rays on the map, but there's also Spore Crawlers to combat them. The Swarm hosts even. Oh, wow, that one dying there to the Void Ray. Nicely done by him, waiting on his little decharge time. And actually, the Locusts are going to have enough range to get down to kill this pylon. But the Void Ray continues its harassment. Fantastic. Oh my goodness, it's just so many. Oh my goodness, that noise is not. Oh, Zerg sometimes gives you the creepy crawly. Some more gateways coming down to get a complete wall off over there. Random locusts just wandering south. I thought they may have been trying. Might as well start trying to send them across the map for the attack. I mean, why not? They're gonna die anyway. And here they come. Wow. Well, they made it pretty darn far. These guys, nah, they won't quite make it. But these guys took a more direct route. So I'm thinking they might get a pot shot off. Oh, they didn't quite make it. These guys, though, are not going to make it either. But these guys, okay, wow, a lot. That's going to happen a lot in games like this. And so Stalkers are now available along with a Void Ray. They're going to come in here and start harassing the expansion because it's relatively unprotected. There's a couple of the Swarm host here, and they're now repositioning themselves, but the Stalkers are going to have a field day with these Overlords if they want to. They're actually not even going to do that. They're going to come down here to the south, and they're going to find that there's lots of roaches. Not really a lot. There's a couple of roaches, but there's lots of loci that are trying to kill them, and these loci trying. Oh, they got a shot off. Yes. Just repositioning those Swarm hosts a little bit closer might be a good idea. Oh, and that poor Zealot does indeed go down. And there we go. The repositioning has occurred. Now the Swarm hosts are in this forward location. They're going to try and take stuff out, but there's a lot of photon cannons, which is not a bad decision really at all. Meanwhile, there are some free energy units going up here trying to rack up the kills for these photon cannons. And wow, a dual death there. Gotta like it when that happens. And this is just, I don't know. This is not good for Golf. He is just getting eaten up by these Swarm hopes, and now there's Corruptors out. He's only got kind of a small bank, but this whole time he's been building Tempests. Where are they? There they are. He's only got 3 so far, rather 4 so far. Where's the 4th? Where are you? There you are. Hello. Oh my goodness, never mind. He's got way more. You know what? I've got a unit stab. Let's use that. And we can see that there are 9 Tempests on the field. There's 1 Phoenix still in the game, and he's just kind of hanging out up there, relaxing, chilling, all cool, playing some beat ball. Yeah, all right. The Protoss air weapons is also coming, and you know what? Golf has had enough of this nonsense. He's moving out with these Tempests. So it's long-range units against long-range units, and oh my goodness, just the death and destruction of all of these poor little things. Stalkers getting involved kind of a little unnecessarily right now. I guess they do help. Seeing more Stalkers dying than Zealots are dying. Really didn't necessarily need to do that at the moment. And now the Tempests have arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, get out of here, Corruptors. Can't touch this. And the Observers are also here to provide the vision. So slowly but surely these Swarm hosts are going to go down. Actually, to be honest, Swarm hosts with only 160 life, they go down really darn quick. But the Corruptors and Queens are arriving at the same time. Ooh, look at that nice little kiting micro there by the Tempest, whose range is not quite so long as it once was. And during all of this, the 4th base is being established for Golf. There's a lot going on in this game, and I'm not really surprised that there's a lot of idle drones up here. Meanwhile, to the south, the Tempest Stalker combination still taking on the limitless, the endless flood of units. These Locusts just will not stop. Meanwhile, to the north, there's a warping of Zealots, and they're pushing upwards. You know what, though? The upgrades on these guys are absolutely nil thus far, and that's not good. But the Flyer Attack level 2 is ahead for our Zerg player. And then look at this flank that we have happening. A couple of the Tempest stayed to the south. A couple moved around. Oh, but the Corruptors with the corruption and everything. They're in between the 2 different forces here, but they are going to manage to clean up a large number of these Tempests. Oh, and that's not good either. All of that green on these Tempests just makes it so much easier for the Corruptors to eventually kill that level 2 upgrade finished or rather that level 1 upgrade finished just barely in time to help those Tempests out for Golf. Meanwhile, to the south, the Stalkers, really, they can't accomplish anything at all. The Stalkers to the north might even pick up a random kill here, and my sound channels seem to be messing up. Just way too much happening in the game for it, I guess. But don't worry, we're going to press forward even if it's StarCraft in silent mode. No, there we go, they're back. And the Zealot, like, this is not the kind of investment that you're going to ever be able to win as a Protoss player. You can't just warp in Zealots and send them off and hope for the best, especially when they're going up against free units. And this pack of Corruptors, such a smart move by BueBz, who now has 4,000 minerals and 1,000 Vespane. And then, yeah, these Locusts are just pretty much going to overrun this third base. I don't know the probes need to be pulled just exactly then. They could have maybe hung about for a little bit longer, but it was about the right time. I'm not going to nitpick on that when the base is so clearly nearly impossible to protect. The Corruptor's actually wandering forward a little bit too much. Lots of Stalker damage going down, but Corruptors, man, they're meaty. They do not die very quickly at all. And see, this Nexus is still up. It still has full Chrono Boost, and I would love to see that be used specifically. You know, there are Blink upgrades coming out right now. There's other upgrades that are going to be needed, and to the north now is where our focus must turn, because to the south is just a battle lost. I'm surprised there's not even more creep on the map already. There's an Immortal, though, so it's the 3-base Immortal push. Immortals can be good against... well, probably if they can get themselves close enough. A couple pop shots from Immortal on a Swarm host. That's definitely a good idea. I see where he's going with that thought. But just this Blink so late in coming. Immortals slowly but surely being produced. But overall, we're looking at a maxed out Zerg player against a Protoss with only 150. Our Protoss is officially on 2 bases here. I hesitate to say really that either player has won or lost, but it definitely is looking bad for Golf right now as I just scan through and see how many minerals are left over. Not a whole lot, honestly, in most of the expansions currently being used. And where are you headed? You're headed around? Okay, well, that seems like a waste. Seems like you could be harassing the front and then no reinforcements would be able to come out, but that's okay too, because you can attack this one base from 3 directions at once. Oh, never mind, those aren't Swarm hosts, those are the Corruptors. And this is just so hard for a Protoss player to beat. I am amazed at the number of Swarm hosts and Loci that have been in this game. The units killed. Oh my goodness, does that work? It does. Oh, it doesn't actually count the Locust. That's unfortunate. Void Rays to the south, Immortal to the south, Void Rays to the north. Also an Immortal that's going to get taken out, and this is so rough right now for our Twitch player. He's got some of his teammates like DJ Wheat right now looking in. Also Fish Sticks. Yeah, that's pretty cool, I know, right? And unfortunately for Golf, he's going to have to probably be laughed at later as the probes try to do the long-distance mining. And honestly, these Loci completely ignore them for a little bit there. Corruptors try again to wander in, and honestly, there's probably enough of them at this point and so little overall for Golf. They could just go in and get the kill outright. Charge is also being upgraded. There ought to be a way to, like, mute in-game sounds. No, not mute. Turn down. Turn them down without having to open the menu, because dear goodness, this is loud. Really, at this point, we're just wrapping up the game. I don't see any way out of this for Golf. We have BueBz everywhere for Raytheon. Really well played game by him. He definitely took some risks early on, but then made sure to have a lot of Corruptors when he started going into his Swarm hosts, so that he didn't have to commit gas to both at the same time. And then he also did a really great job setting up this 3rd expansion down here. I mean, I can't argue with Golf's decision to take out this hatchery early game. It was a really, really smart decision, but he didn't follow up by making sure that no other 3rd base could be established. But don't worry, ladies and gents, as we see Golf slowly but surely realize his inevitable demise. I'm sorry, Golf, but it's true. This is just game number 1, and this is a best of 5, essentially, series. So There are 4 games officially. If one of the teams wins within that 4-game period, those are all 4 pre-scheduled, we move on to a 5th game, which is the ace match. That's the way that they're doing it around here. And thanks everyone for watching once again. My name is OrD. Tune into OrD StarCraft to check out the rest of the games. Peace. I'll tab. I know I have to go to work.